Hello and welcome to the Foilist TV. Today's Rio round of 16 bout is between Meinhardt of the USA and Erwan Pechoux of France. As always, the commentated bout itself is linked below in the description, along with all the other good stuff. Now, let's do this thing. This bout was incredibly close in score, pretty much all the way through, and it's been one of the most evenly matched bouts we've seen so far. I'd like to start by contrasting it with another very close round of 16 bout, Jalpik vs Avola. In that bout, both fencers completely readjusted their fencing to fit with what their opponents were doing, and ended up looking very similar in style. This bout was the opposite. Both fencers stuck to their own consistent styles despite how their opponents fenced. So for this video, let's go a bit more into detail about what their bread and butter actions really are. First, Pechoux. He has two favorite types of attack: a very relaxed march into a super fast beat attack that doesn't stop until it gets right up in your face, and a very long and fast advanced lunge, usually done right off the line. On defense, he either keeps the distance really wide and tries to find an easy parry so he can start his own attack from really far away, or he surprises his opponent by crushing the distance really fast and lets his hand speed do the rest. Specifically in this bout, a few more details are important. On his fast beat attack, Pechoux kept constantly beating the blade as Garrick was trying to parry, so the right-of-way stayed with Pechoux's beat attack the whole time. But he was vulnerable at the critical point between his relaxed stroll forwards and the acceleration into that really strong beat attack. Early on, his counterattacks were only successful because Garrick kept missing, but later on he started successfully closing out by predicting where Garrick would try to finish his attack. On Garrick's side of things, both his biggest strength and his biggest weakness this bout was his marching attack. It's pretty unremarkable actually, medium-ish tempo, pretty withheld, changing lines constantly, and very easy to accelerate into a long finish. But Garrick's main offensive weakness is that he can have trouble finishing at close distance with it, especially compared to the other Americans, notably Alex Macialis. But he basically solved that problem by the second period, forcing Pechoux to get creative with his counterattacks. On defense, Garrick had a ton of options, except for his parry riposte, which I discussed earlier. He tried point and line, a couple of stop hits, and most notably a very well-timed counterattack into that vulnerable point of Pechoux's march. So in short, both fencers had their strengths and weaknesses, but they both decided that sticking to their comfort zones would pay off more than trying to adjust too much to each other. The only thing that changed, really, was how effective their different actions were at different times. It's very hard to identify why Garrick ended up winning. If he hadn't fixed his ability to turn a light on with a short finish, he probably would have lost, but by the end of the bout, it all came down to luck. Pechoux missed his final attack, and Garrick took the bout with a score of 15-14. Writing off that last touch as luck doesn't do the rest of the bout justice, but when you have fencers this evenly matched and this good at playing their own game, that's really the last variable with any influence on the outcome. Here's some links to both fencers' Who's Who videos and the previous bouts from the round of 32. All the usual stuff is in the description, including the commentary video, my Discord server, and the poll for the next round of 16 bout. Thanks for watching everyone, have a happy holiday season, and as always, stay sharp.